Okay, let's wipe that down. Clean that residue off. It's pretty smooth. It's not bad, actually. One more coat should do it, I think. Just a couple of little spots in the middle here, the back. And sides here. I do like the colour. It's come up really well. I'm happy with that colour. Let's let that dry off for a minute. Yeah. We've got to give it a nice oomphy coat, as I call it. A good solid coat now. Get rid of all these little fine shiny lines here. We're just going to backfill those in. Let that dry off for a minute. Let me catch up with the chat, see how you guys are going. We've got to do the same pains-nickety finish to work with. Yeah, look, it's hard, but I mean, clear coats are like that. When I've used nitro, I don't use a spray booth, right? But even when I spray out of a can, you know, I'm probably laying down 10 coats because nitro melts into the layers. This is poly, so you can build one on top of the other, whereas nitro actually burns into each other. So 10 coats quickly looks like 3 coats after you sand and it melts into each other. It quickly thins out, and that's why you get that nitro. Those vintage nitros crack, and you can see they're very, very paper thin finishes. But having said that, that gives you a lot of resonance and sustain because it doesn't stiffen up the tops or the bodies too much. This is okay. I mean, my ear and most people's ears aren't good enough to hear the difference, but it's about putting effort and time into it. Let's get the water coat on there. New bottle. Get my brush, a smaller brush this time. Actually, no, I've got the large brush here. I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush, just as a spreader. Sponge brush with a very sharp point. You don't shake this up, you just pour it. Not too much, but not too thin either. Just try and get consistency, especially around those areas that need it. Okay, that should do it. Just spread that across to the edges. Lay that down. You can go crossways just to get it spreading. Once that's spread, you can then feather that and go directional. I'm layering on reasonably thick, but I don't want too many runs or bubbles. We just want to spread it so that the coverage is even, and that will settle and that will look immaculate once that settles. I'm pretty sure I've got a fair bit on there. Just get that laid out. Firstly, don't forget to hit the edges. Just spread that thick. We've got a few minutes to play with it. Go all the way to the edge so we don't have any streaks on the edges. And now that I've gone and hit that all the way around, I think we can just focus on getting the lines out of it. And I just use the weight of the brush. I don't even press on it. It's just basically spreading that evenly across. Try not to play with it too much. Just making sure there's no bubbles or rough spots. Looks pretty good. It's pretty even. This side's a little bit how you're doing. Let me just spread that out a little bit more. It should settle. Those strokes will close out on themselves. Just checking to see if there's any build up spots. Flatten out any build up spots. Once we flatten this guy out, she should be nice and consistent. That looks pretty good. Okay, that looks reasonably good now. It looks a little bit wavy in places, but that's normal. We just brushed it. It will settle. It's very, very self-leveling. It self-levels reasonably well. That's a nice thickish coat. That's what we want. Let me go wash this brush out and I'll be right back. And we'll check out the Purple Heart LP, which is coming along nicely as well. Okay. It's windy out there, I'll tell you. That's why I kept the door closed. I don't need dust and stuff kicked up. I'll move this to the other room. Okay, that one's done. Put that away. And let's give this guy another coat as well. This guy's pretty good. Just needs a wipe down and one more coat. That's just about ready. It's coming along nicely. I'm going to do the same to that one with a smaller brush. So let's flick over to the bench. I'm not going to sand that out. I'm just going to go over the top of it. I need to wipe that down firstly. Where's my clean cloth? Here it is. The reason why I'm not sanding this guy too much is it's got a lot of contours. It's best to let the poly fill in there. There are some little brush strokes and what have you, but that's looking a lot better, and that's almost there. It does look chocolatey, but if you're in the light, you can actually see it pinking up in the middle when you do get to see it. Internet went out. That's not good. Well, you are back. Okay, so this one here needs another nice even coat. I'm going to use a small brush to get into those curves. Same size, a little bit thinner actually, because we just want to get into these really thinned out spaces. very thin. We don't need too much. Ooh, it's a lot. Okay, it's probably more than enough. Spread that out. We don't want runs, so I've got to be very careful here, just thinning that out. Just brush it on normally as you would. Get right to the edges. And now we'll brush that in. The key here is not to get too much build-up at the top. Just feather the top out because you'll get a run coming down that valley. So just feather that, thin that out so there's no runoff and leaving a drip on that contour. Push most of it down into the lower areas to build up those thinner areas, and also, okay, that's looking good. That will settle down, flatten out in time. Let that sit. Just wash this brush. Let that sit for a minute. We'll have a look at it in a sec. See what that looks like. Actually, while I've got the brush, I do want to do the headstock one more time. So let's pop that brush down for a minute. We'll get the headstock done. I need to do that. So that guy there will level out now. We'll let that sit and level. Should level out okay. You can see that guy needs to level out. Okay, and once that levels out, should be thick enough to hopefully level, flatten and polish. That's looking okay. Let's go and leave that into the flat area.